You've heard the legend. It's the haunted mansion out in the woods. You can't find it unless you know where it's at.
If you want to go to Hell's Gate, you've got to find it.
It's 2 stories tall, it's got a slide, and if you find the key, your ticket is free.
Surely this is a bad idea. It is a bad idea.
Well, that haunted house isn't just a legend. It is very, very real, and it's called HellsGate Haunted House here in Lockport, Illinois. But it's more than just a haunted house, it's an adventure. Today we're taking you behind the scenes with the owner, John LaFlamboy. He's gonna take us around and show us why Hell's Gate is as special as it is. He's gonna take us around and debut some things for the very first time here on this video. And if you wanna see backstage of Hell's Gate to see kind of how the sausage is made, make sure you sign up to be a member here on the channel because we'll be dropping that one for members only. Without further ado, let's go look at some spooky stuff.
Welcome, Scare Factor. Welcome to Hell's Gate. You've been here many times, but never have you had a lights-on tour of Hell's Gate. And here we are. It is about 9 days until we open. So we are running very frantic down here. I still got crew members everywhere. We are not 100%. But we're right there, you know, just like every other haunted house in America right now. It is that final week before we open, and we're putting all the pieces together. Today, for your viewers, I am going to have all of the toys on. So the pneumatics, most of them will be on. But I'll have all the toys on for you. I kept most of the sound down so that way we could talk about what we're looking at. And I've got house lights and show lights up at the same time, so you guys can kind of see the behind the scenes tour here. Now, we are on the landing. This is the beginning of the actual walk into the trail, but not the beginning of the show. Here at Hell's Gate, we like to say our show starts when you park your car. So we have all of our guests parked downtown Lockport, down on 2nd Street in a big, gigantic parking lot. And then we shuttle bus you with school buses. It's a very nostalgic throwback to high school or grammar school.
You can't get there unless you know where it's at.
And that's just it, yeah. I mean, we are a haunted mansion hidden in the woods, and we're not making that up. We are not in a strip mall or on a farm or in some industrial zone. We literally came out to the middle of the woods and built all of this from scratch. There's nothing here but a garbage dump when we got here. So because of that, we like to shuttle everyone down. So they take these school buses, it's about a 7-minute shuttle down what we fondly refer to as Murder Road. It's got that nickname because, one, you feel like you're going to be murdered at the end of this road.
1000%.
Yeah, it's like how every horror movie starts, right? You're going down this road, you're like, no way. There's a canal on one side, abandoned junkyards on the other. Like, surely this is a bad idea. It is a bad idea. But it's our bad idea. So you come down Murder Road, then you get dropped off in this big vacant lot. Everyone expects to see a haunted house, and you do not. You see the woods. We get your ticket at the ticket booth, then you get your drink at the first bar. That's right, Hell's Gate has bars. We have 2 of them. We bookend them. When you show up, get yourself a drink, a little bit of courage, then come into the tent where I have some of the most amazing front of house actors in the country. Very proud, and I love my team up here. It is a show in itself in the tent. And then you get kind of funneled to this point right here. It's very nondescript, nothing big, nothing fancy. The idea is if you want to go to Hell's Gate, you've got to find it, which means you have to walk through the forest at night, and we're not wasting any time here. If you're walking through the forest, then we're coming after you in the forest. So we'll start the trek. This is where all of our guests start. I like to break you up. My ideal group is a group of 4. If you want to see that, come on a Wednesday or a Thursday or opening weekend. It's my favorite time to have guests is on Wednesday and Thursday. Same amount of actors, just very few audience members. If you want to do the ideal way, groups of 4 going really slow, come on those nights. But today we'll just walk through. This is the pumpkin chute. I wanted to create that kind of Halloween-y, nostalgic entrance to this as we're coming into the woods. It also helps me funnel down the audience members because sometimes when you let people walk outside, they line up arms linked like they're following the yellow brick road, and then they're 4 wide, and then it's very difficult to scare. So we like to funnel them down to that pumpkin chute first, where we bring them to the first shed. This is our big Halloween-y pumpkin scene. And like I said, like to me, this is that nostalgic Halloween, that thing I think about from when I was a kid. But of course, it's loaded with scares. We got double doors, slap doors right here. We've got a great actor that comes out of the blind over there. You don't make it 20 feet without getting attacked from both sides by an actor here.
You get double tapped right off the bat.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, I mean, if you've never come to Hell's Gate or one of Zombie Army's other shows, Statesville Haunted Prison, Container 9, Dragon's Dome, we are an actor-based show. I mean, we've got a lot of pretty stuff here. It's really great, but it's nothing without the actors. I don't mean to offend. The dog does good work. But all of this is just a great stage to play on. Once you're here, you're hunted by actors all up and down. One of our techniques we use here on the front trail is the cedar blind. This allows an actor to be able to come through here, and you'll notice, you know, we always bend the wall so that we've got nice blinds for people to come out. And then these actors here can reload, or I could use 2 actors and just run that cycle. So they're never trapped. They're always moving. They're always popping up somewhere. But that way they're never trapped. They can kind of organically play with the audience as they come through. And I'll explain a lot of that as we go. I mean, it's hard to explain how great the actors are here, and they truly are.
It looks like you're giving them the tools to work with.
Well, yeah. I mean, and that's like most people know, like the way I design is I always start with the actor. Every scene I do is how do I empower my actor? So when I'm designing this cedar wall, which is just a blind, because I don't want you to know where you are. I'm not putting up a wall without thinking, how can I empower my actor with this wall? How can I give the actor a proper stage to entertain, to scare? And it really is that simple, is to think it through. The little bends in a trail, you know, considering how an audience member moves. It's all of that as we go through, and then give your actor all the toys to play with here. As we go down, we got another actor flying from this blind chute on the left, because you're distracted by the fire, the witches, the jumping spiders, all that is fun, the cliffs. We have a really great location here. For those of you who know, I looked for this property for over 12 years because this wouldn't fit at a strip mall or a farm or industrial area. I went out with real estate agents forever trying to find the perfect place for Hell's Gate. And this is kind of what I was looking for. This topography you just don't find anywhere else in Illinois. You'll see it as we walk through, but these cliffs and how these trails move, this is all part of our design, is being able to take what the land has given us and work within that, you know, to use that to our advantage. Come on this way, we're gonna go in everyone's favorite kind of room, the laser swamp. Brought to you by Froggy's Fog. Froggy's Fog, our sponsors.
So why the witches and the cult people and all that stuff, and not you know, Freddy and Jason and all those kind of guys?
Freddy and Jason. Freddy and Jason. Yeah, sure. I'll explain it in my dark little area right here.
There you go.
So you guys are in my extended laser swamp. It is huge. It's 40-something feet long. This gives 2 of my actors this great opportunity to shark underneath those laser lights and really pick their spots, and then have a giant Gorgalor puppet that comes out mid-scene just to give it a little spice. Why? You asked why. Great question. Thanks for asking. Why don't I have Freddy's and Jason's here? Because those are other people's property. Yeah. So legally, I don't own them. And then secondly, I didn't get into the haunted house business so I could just rip off everybody else's work. Throwing other people's monsters in here is, to me, it's a little lazy. I did this because I love the idea of creating worlds, writing stories, you know, building these in-depth characters that'll have some sort of connection with the audience. And I know it's low-hanging fruit, you know, Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger, and I do love me some Robert Englund, great man. But yeah, no, we don't work with anybody else's IP here. The fun of this job is creating your own world. So yeah.
So when you come here, you're going to see something you're not going to see anywhere else.
Exactly. I mean, our characters are unique to this place. You don't see them at other places. You don't see the costumes at other places. Every once in a while, you may see something that, of course, we all saw at Transworld. And I hope we're using it in a new and unique way. Yeah, but you're not going to see somebody else's movie here. Stuff like this, I just love. I know most haunters don't look at that big rock and think, that's haunted house material. But for me, anytime you can put a human being in a low valley point and create these high points above them, and all I do is I throw a prop up there right before the season starts. Just that one static prop, maybe it cost me like 450 bucks. That looming over people gives them this feeling of dread that they are much smaller and that there are people at these advantaged areas. So just playing with that kind of psychology of scare also, of how can I kind of take advantage of what we're naturally afraid of, right? Like, most of us are naturally afraid of walking into the woods at night. It's in our DNA, man. It's been in there since we lived in caves and lived up in trees. we all knew not to go into the woods at night.
There's stuff out there that eats you.
Because there's shit out in the woods that'll eat you at night. Exactly. You get a cookie. And so that's kind of my first like little salvo here on the trail is to do that. You know, because you could say you're not afraid of an actor in a zombie costume. Cool. But most people are afraid of the unknown. And walking through the woods at night, there's a lot of unknown. So yeah, try to take it to my advantage.
Yes.
Myrtle, sing to me.
Ooh, we got a second one.
Oh, you going into a
I got to show you one of my favorite parts. Wait,
Okay.
come back.
Oh.
Because I'm a nerd, and nerds have their favorite things.
Oh, what
Check
is that?
that emblem out. Dodge Brothers. This car was built before the Dodge company was just known as Dodge.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It's a Dodge Brothers car, original.
It's the
All
OG
I did
Dodge.
was have my guys pull out the headlights and put in some LEDs, run the horn, and it's got to be one of the Auga horns, because it doesn't just scare you, it then makes you laugh that you got scared by something so silly.
Right.
It's one of my favorite parts. If I can get someone to like scream out of a startle and then laugh at that startle, you just got them in that pure entertainment zone.
Yep.
And so we're always looking to do that at Hell's Gate. Like, I could have thrown anything here, but this felt classy, you know, this felt right. And then when we put a train horn in here, and I was like, ooh, it's not fitting. And then I think it was Beaker found the Auga horn, and I was like, oh, that's so Hell's Gate. Make you laugh, make you cry. We got all the emotions here. So now we're gonna go into the cemetery. Now for those of you who follow the story, not everyone does, I understand. Some people just come here and get scared. But the story is that Captain Moorstone came out to Illinois to build this cemetery for the state to house the unwanted. Back in the late 1800s, the unwanted were basically prisoners, orphanages, battered homes, the mentally unwell, anyone that the state had ward over, custody over. They usually had to bury them at their own places, at a prison, at an orphanage. And what they did is they created a cemetery here in which Captain Moorstone would take ownership over those bodies and bury them here. He took that very seriously because his twin daughters had died on the way to this project to start this world. He took entombing all these people very seriously. And we'll see as we go through and we see the new mausoleum, which is a big story point on that.
Oh, new mausoleum.
Follow me in.
New mausoleum.
New Reaper.
Yeah, we've heard him talking from the parking lot.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're dialing it all in, right, folks? We're like a week out
awesome.
here, so we're dialing in the sound and all that. He's a new character we're putting up here, moving some stuff around. But yeah, so far so good. Scare Factory working out for us.
There you go. I love how you get so confined, but yet you're still in the woods. Ooh, berries.
Yeah, how the trees kind of come in around you
Yes.
like this. And like Derek is really great out here, always using the trees to our advantage. I'm full on nerd, like I'll start coaxing branches around like in spring and try to like tie branches to other areas to create more over your head coverage. But why not? You know, why not turn the trees into art?
Absolutely. Of course, you got your,
I see
your
you,
zombie
Wolf.
army out here.
Our little gravedigger shed. We got our little zombie intro for this first part of the trail. Then we come in here. It's a big actor scare. Still. Still working on fixing some of our props. Somebody's head ain't working right now. This guy's
Right.
got all the dance moves.
You gotta come take lessons.
So all of the zombies you see here is just really right in the middle of me. Yeah, no, you're the star. Please go on.
He's good.
Yeah, no, please go on. Yeah, okay, I'll just wait. Yeah, are you done? This is obscenely long. The audio does not need to be this long. This is gross.
You got something to say?
Gross. You're a scene-stealing pig.
He wants to
All
be
right.
in the video.
So this entire trail you'll see is just peppered with all these moving zombies. Because moving zombies, I'm not putting them out here because they're scary. But if I have all of them moving, boy, that one actor that is just waiting for his moments while everything else is moving. When that one actor comes to life, very little effort because we have set the stage with everything else. And it's such a great scare. Oh, again?
He's like, dang it, feed me, John.
This is one of my favorite spots on the whole property. This is where I started altering some of my design technique a couple years ago and really started leaning into the moments of suspense before the big hits, right? Like a roller coaster, right? You got. That's what we're trying to do here. So this is my cabin in the woods. I always wanted to have a cabin in the woods, but what I didn't want to do is just throw a facade up and say it's a cabin in the woods. No, I'm not very rational. So I built an entire cabin, the whole damn thing, in the woods. And so this is my slow walk up to it. I do not even allow an actor anywhere in this area because it is so much fun to watch a person's body change because of suspense. They get to this moment and they see that door far away, and I get to watch them, and I've spent many a night on the side, you know, watching the design, and you get to watch an entire group as they're walking. They got some confidence, and then they slowly start to hunch, and they just get smaller. And hold on, there's this really magical thing watching them all just get small as they get to the front door, and it's just working that tension, working that suspense before the big scare. And I am a huge Sam Raimi fan, a huge Evil Dead fan. It was the first Evil Dead movie that made me say, I want to make movies. I want to make movies like that. So this is also my homage to Sam Raimi and all he has done to inspire us without ripping anything off. Go back to the early part of the video. No IP in here, just kind of like a tip of the hat to a fellow designer is all. Come with me.
See, I'm gonna like hunch down in the daylight. I'm like, it sounds scary in there.
Nothing good comes out of it.
It can't be scary. Look how pretty the flowers are.
Yeah,
Just look at the flowers.
This is a place of love.
Oh God.
Little Easter eggs I want to point out, because when I design in layers and layers and layers. You can see on the desk what he's been working on. And this is this person's way to try to figure out, and more of his work over here, what's happening with the dead. Why do they keep coming back to life? So this is the rudimentary drawings of the grave diggers trying to figure out what was going so terribly wrong out here in the graveyard. There are little Easter eggs throughout here that help seed the story.
Woo! Yeah. She doesn't look quite right. Something's wrong with that one.
She's got some back issues.
Some back issues. Oh shoot! Yeah.
It's kind of our 1, 2, 3 punch. One zombie gets you there, horde of zombies get you here. But what I'm trying to set up is the actor with the timing. So be able to get that and then get the clean out of this door. And this gets automatic on this spot. We can do this all night long.
Yeah.
I'll spend a lot of money to empower one actor.
Which we call a triple tap here. Like,
Triple tap.
Triple tap, yep. We don't see those often.
So this is the beginning of our redesign. So if you are a viewer that did come to see our show in 2024, we've been very, very busy out in the graveyard this summer. It's been a lot of work, but we're very happy about this. Come on, I'll show you.
Uh-oh.
Oh my.
Mini mausoleums for the actors to pop out of. You can see how the back is opened as well, so they can still do that circular design of being able to move into different attacks.
We just came from Dark Hour Haunt down in Texas.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We're seeing some great minds think alike.
Oh yeah,
Daisy.
Alan, Shannon,
Yeah.
I mean, they're geniuses down there.
Oh my.
So this is the first reveal to the audience. Now, at night, when you come out of the cabin, you see the mausoleum glowing.
Oh wow.
And this is a huge thing for me. The mausoleum is a story point. It's been in my original design. It's been years I've been waiting to be able to afford to build it. Yeah, you can't do everything all at once, you know what I mean? Time, space, money. But it's always been on the list. And the mausoleum to me is that one place in the story and on the property where I could show the audience how deeply the captain actually cared for all of these people that he interned here. That it wasn't just burying people in a graveyard because the state paid him. He had this infatuation, you know, this need to honor and to mourn people, you know, and that's because of his broken heart from losing his daughters. So he kind of tried to fill that void with considering all of these wards from the state as his family. So I, as a designer, truly needed to design something that spoke that to the audience, that they could feel that something big was happening out here, something almost too big was happening out here. And I needed to seed the story of the icon characters that are throughout the rest of Hell's Gate. And the Mausoleum lets me do it. It lets me show them from the beginning what the captain was doing, that all this started from a place of love, and it just went so horribly wrong.
Uh-oh.
This is the twins' mausoleum. These are the caskets of the twins. Obviously, their bodies have now been inhabited by demons who are playing dress up. So we have the empty caskets here to kind of telegraph that part of the story and to help us set up a fun little scare. We're still working on it.
Yeah.
This is scary. A rogue technician. A rogue technician.
This is a real
trying
technician
to figure out why a prop won't work
in the wild.
while camera's coming through. Thank you, Derek.
Thanks, Derek.
Hey, like I said, we're getting ready. We're getting
Yeah.
things
Yeah,
ready.
I mean, it's September, folks.
And haunts take a lot to put together that people just don't realize.
And you guys don't really open in September, do you? You're,
September 26th.
Okay,
Next
so
Yeah,
this
we're
weekend.
open that Friday.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we'll be doing all of our training this weekend and training week straight through. So this is the every minute of every day.
Yeah.
And all this trail is new, you know, coming through here. This was my way to expand the show as well. Part of the Mausoleum design was I wanted to get another 4 minutes out of the outdoors before you make it to the house. So you truly feel like you just went through some right now, just our outdoor appetizer, the graveyard, clocks in longer than most haunted houses. And
You haven't even made it to the house.
That's just the walk to the house.
Yeah.
And we have over 40 actors out here, over 30 animatronics. Clearly we're building giant structures out here. So we're not messing around, man. We are leading with a bang.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
That's
Look
a
at
great
that.
reaction. I love that.
Oh, that is beautiful.
This is my favorite seat on the property. I mean, I've talked in other interviews and a lot on Days of the Living Dead about designing to create a state of awe. And that's what I'm trying to do out here, is I'm bringing you around this giant building. This building is 66 feet long, 16 feet tall, 16 feet wide. It is massive. It is made, you know how it looks like concrete? It does look just like concrete, right? Doesn't it look like concrete? That's because it is concrete. The whole damn thing's made of concrete.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I am not
my
a
God.
reasonable man. I wanted it to feel real. I wanted it to look real. I wanted it, as it ages out here in the woods, which it will, I wanted it to age naturally too. Chips of concrete, not seeing plywood, you know, rotting behind it or any of that. So we made this entire thing out of concrete board, and then we went over it with tile grout, hand apply the whole thing.
Oh my God.
The crew did an amazing job out here. It was very difficult. It was during the heat dome, over 2 months of them just sweating it out here.
Concrete's not cool work anyway.
No, man, it's hard work. So, yeah, all my love to the crew for getting this done on time. It was a massive project, and we're very, very proud of it. But I wanted this moment where you come around the corner and you have to look up at something so much bigger than you, so much stronger than you. It creates this thing where you feel smaller. You feel less significant. And if I can get my audience to feel small, to feel less significant, and then make them walk through a scary door, then it's like, then the actors just batting cleanup at that point. So let's go walk through a scary door.
Scary door.
And it's all working
so, hey,
together
so-
with the topography of the ground, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
Like it's all.
And you
doing
can
it,
feel the
so-
rise that you have to walk up. I made sure we ramped up to this so you feel like you're going up a hill. That's something humans don't like. Humans don't like walking up a hill with something else up there. You know, that's like, you never do it in war for a reason.
Right,
You have
right.
no advantages. So I want to give them that vibe too as they're walking up these giant gargoyles looking down at them. Do you guys want to go through here with show lights first?
Sure.
I mean, you will be the first ones
Oh my God. Yeah.
that get to
Yeah.
see this.
Yeah.
do it.
So let's do it show lights, and then we can circle back I'll turn on house lights and we can do it again and I can explain what you saw.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first then?
Sure.
I mean, I shouldn't go
Nancy,
first. If we're
up
doing
front.
show lights, you should go first.
I can.
Oh, this is fun. Nancy,
Go ahead.
Perfect height for this.
Uh-oh. Shoot. That was
gosh.
a warning, you know.
Yeah, this you should duck.
Ready?
A little,
Nancy's gonna
Ready,
be okay.
Nancy? You
You're
got
not.
it? Oh my God. Oh, oh. Oh my God, what is it? Oh, 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 oh. That guy. Dang it. Wow. Oh wow, this is huge. Oh my God. Oh, the key. Yes, the keys. It is. Oh, that one's quite dead. Oh yeah. Oh my. Oh, I love how you have to go under. Oh. Thank you for holding that. Ooh, that makes you get uncomfortable. Just having to. Ew, what is that? Ew, this. Gross.
It's the darkness. Oh my.
It's coming in outside. Oh! Yeah. Ooh, that one grabbed me. Oh, shit! Oh my God. It's that thing. Oh. Oh. Oh God. Look out, Tyler and Mario. Look out.
Who's a good boy?
I want to know what his name is. I was not expecting the fog before one of those. That was
Right?
awesome.
Oh my
That's gonna be
Lord.
nice.
So that's you guys are the first ones to get to see that like that.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm glad I got to show it to you guys and
Yeah.
your viewers. So exclusive for Scare Factor. Let's go turn the lights on and see what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm really glad those dead guys in there held those coffins up for us.
Right?
Oh, I'm so glad you noticed. Sometimes I'll design something and I'll just be sitting here at night just giggling to myself and knowing like, this is funny to me. I don't know if anyone's ever going to notice what I just did. So I'm definitely pointing it out to you guys on camera.
Yeah.
All right, lights on.
Nice.
So as you see all the statues here, and I'll explain if you follow Hell's Gate and the story, the unwanted are the orphans, the clowns that died in the Great Fire, the mentally unwell,
Oh.
the prisoners, the pagans, and the women from the battered home. These are the iconic statues to pay homage to that. And then in the center, we built the mourning pedestal, which still has propping and theming coming. We're gonna put all the photos, the black and white photos of all the people that were buried here. We'll be all on that. We'll have someone on top of the pedestal mourning. And this is where the captain would come to mourn the dead. And the poor orphans in the house, he would bring them down here every day to mourn their dead parents. And they would
Wow.
sit in this mourning chamber and mourn the dead.
And
Now you can
the
see-
prisoner and the clowns, are those homage to Statesville?
They are not actually.
Okay.
The prisoner is. The
Okay.
prisoner is. But the clown is actually a sub-story inside of Hell's Gate's lore.
Okay.
And it's a story about nationalism gone unchecked and what happens when an angry mob jumps to conclusions. Those poor clowns didn't do anything wrong. I invite you to read about it. It's a fun story. It's a fun old Illinois history story. You'll see this base was moved out of the way from its original point to get us into here.
Behind the scenes of this. Yeah?
So I'm trying to create all these different levels and different sight lines of unease. You know, these coffins coming out on angles, holding on angles, creating this world of unease for the customers to go through, and it sets up my actors wonderfully for pop-outs.
And there's lots of darkness oozing in even outside of the mansion.
So from here, I'll show you what I'm doing. So I've got this guy. This is one of my favorite designs. This is one of the like sketches at night that make me giggle. And then I go to my crew, like, can we build this? I really wanted the zombie to be holding the coffin. To me, that was funny.
Yeah.
And I always try to play that kind of comedy through line in here. Like, we're entertainers, right? You can't scare everyone, but you can entertain everybody. So my builder, George, built me this really great metal bracket that's holding it up, and then ran all the infrastructure down his pants so that this little zombie is in fact holding up this. And then I've got the zombie that is in the coffin falling out of the coffin to give that total disarray. Now, all of that is great. It's eye candy. It is all to set up one actor. So that when you're looking at that, it is a perfect slide through here. So he's got a perfect way to come right into your space and disappear. And then as you come around, if he wants, he can reach across here as you come out. So it's a perfect reach. And then you think he's gone.
And he's not.
And he's got you here too. So it's a 3-set for the actor in a nice comfortable spot. The actor's protected on all sides. And there's a secret passage back here that goes into a tech hallway just for the actor. So that actor can roam the entire building if they want and track people as they go through here. So this is my fun little actor spot. I love it. I was practicing scaring the crew when they were building. It works. It works. It works.
This is gross.
Right? Yeah, like I just wanted you to look up and think about the rot that is coming through. Like it rotted so much, there's so much juice and it rotted through the wood, and then I was just rotting and nastiness in your face. I really wanted that feeling. It's disgusting. Reminds me of Statesville.
Yes.
Wow.
For all the right reasons.
Yes. And then bang, bang, bang. So this scare is unique. I designed this for the groups, right? You know, you got a group of 4. First person usually gets to see what's coming, right? And the back person's always just kind of, yeah. So this is the design. That goes first. Then this goes for the back of the group. Of course, there we go. So that way the front of the group's getting hit, the back of the group's getting hit, the whole group's getting hit before I bring you to Golar, the destroyer.
Golar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get him!
Yeah.
Get him! Get him, Golar!
He's gonna.
And in the darkness, that fog really hides anything
Right?
behind him, and yeah.
Oh yeah, makes him.
Oh my god, that's so creepy.
Bunch of old Statesville mirror.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, Golar, Golar is my favorite prop that I saw at Transworld this year. It is made by Kevin Alvey at Gore-free. It wowed me. I had no need for it, and I had other plans for that room.
I remember us being at Transworld and we interviewed John about what his favorite animatronic was, and he said that thing, and he said, I need it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but
There
I need
you go. It's so good. I have no need for it. I have no budget for it, but I bought it immediately. And that's exactly what happened. So edit that together. Because yeah, that is exactly how it happened. Like I loved it so much, and I'm like, I've never seen a prop move like that, which means my audience has never seen it either.
Yep.
And if I could be first to market, showing new things to my audience, I always want to be there. So yeah, I just had to come up with a design, and honestly, I just went very simple. It's about the prop. You know, so putting that Froggy Fog geyser in there to shoot that fog and that red light right at you. So you just see this creature emerging from its tomb like that. I mean, of course, with the lights on, you see all the gag, right? But man, when people are going through and that thing's just coming out of that fog, I love it so much.
Yes.
Nancy screamed like 2 or 3 times walking past.
So it works!
Yes, it does.
Now, something you touched on real quick in there, and that a lot of haunts should pay more attention to, is protecting the actor.
Oh yeah.
And designing things for them to hide, not just for them to hide behind, but also to protect them, because unfortunately, there's some unruly guests that come through. And
yeah, like, no matter what, you put tens of thousands of people together, there's bound to be a couple, you know what I'm talking about. And yes, I mean, you should. If you're doing this kind of work, you always need to be thinking about the most important thing of your show is your actors. Your actors are the blood, the machine that moves. It is the whole show is your actors. So when you're designing, I mean, you know, maybe I'm cheating. You know, I started as an actor, right? Like I was an actor in a haunted house. So I always looked at it as how do I not just empower the actor for the scare, not just to help them build what they need for a great character, but also how to stay safe all night. And that's a lot of Hell's Gate, right? Is learning through all these other shows that we designed the best way to keep your actors safe. Having that door right behind to always back right out of. You never want to get an actor cornered anywhere. You never want them working alone. So we always have them working teams, and we always design things so that they are safe. Does it work every time? No. Sometimes we're like, oh, didn't see that coming. Let's adjust that. Let's tweak that. But that's in conversation with our actors. That's working with them. This next scene is a great example of that. This is the coffin pen, right? From the outside, bunch of coffins, you're walking around. But this is all designed for the actor. Come on in, man.
Come on in.
Come on in. We're not 100% done back here, but what we do is put these metal stairs, and make sure they're nice metal stairs, good grip for the foot. These get put up against the coffins, and sometimes the actors pick their own shots. Sometimes the actors will be like, I want it here, can I adjust it? But all of this is for the actors. They pick their holes to go through, they move the stairs to where they feel best going over, and then we've got pop-out coffins, pop-out coffins. Back here, we only have like 2 actors, sometimes 3 working, but they're hitting 9 to 10 spots. And at any point, if anything's going wrong on the trail, they just back into this coffin peninsula, they're with their team, and they are not in harm's way. Yes, this is a great example of how to protect your actor instead of just telling them to jump out of a coffin.
Yeah.
That sucks, especially if you get backed into the coffin. So part of this design, like I just showed you, is empower the actor with that, but also give lots of distractions over here. This is a lot of deep vista designing, where we put these coffins and these tombstones, and some of our old, beat up props. I mean, that guy I think is the witch doctor. I think it was purchased somewhere in like the early 2000s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't work anymore. It hasn't worked in 15 years. But we put him out there on a hill, and because he's so tall, it works. It doesn't have to move at all.
Right.
The audience looks right at it, and it's about creating these distractions in the deep vista. And then you got your props coming up on this side. You got your actor coming out on this side and then backing away. And then you got another prop backing it up here. And then another actor spot here. So this one little peninsula has got like 12 scares, and it's usually 2 kids that are like this tall.
They can move
but man,
quick.
they make good use of those stairs. They look huge coming over this coffin.
Those youngins probably cover that space a lot more easily.
Oh, they love it. And they crawl out of holes and stuff. One of the things we do here at Hell's Gate, a lot of people have trails and things you walk outside. What I have found is that people are genuinely afraid of thresholds. So I've been doing this thing, and you can kind of see it from the beginning, is that every time you do a section of a trail, I then create a threshold. Whether that is going into the fog tunnel, or going into the digger shed, or going into the cabin, or the mausoleum. It is crossing a threshold into the unknown. We don't like the unknown. Humans don't like it. So even if you start to get comfortable, because you're outside, you always have these looming walk-ups to scary doors that you gotta walk into. And I don't care who you are. People don't like walking into rooms when they don't know who's in the room. So this is one of the techniques we work real hard on out here at Hell's Gate.
It's coming alive.
And I, of course, love my double door pop-outs. They are so easy to scare people.
And they're loud.
And it's just like dancing all night.
More haunts need to use those.
I love double door pop-outs. It's old school haunted housing, and I just won't give it up.
And it's effective.
Sometimes
is.
the old stuff is the best stuff.
It's a visual and sound.
Hey, the lights are not on in here yet.
Oh, yeah.
I apologize.
We got lights.
It's a little dark.
You're just burying us, that's all it is.
Coffin-shaped passageways.
We
and
figured it out.
stuff. Oh my, I remember. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is our collapsing room.
Did it come from City of the Dead?
This is City of the Dead at Statesville. And this is something that Derek Gibson, one of our top tech guys, and associate production manager, really fought for this.
Yeah.
To bring it I personally was tired of it. But Derek explained to me that when he came to Statesville the first time, this is what got him. And he made me look at it differently. And so we put it up, and yeah, people love it.
And it's not just the collapsing, like having this layer in front of it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want to
Well,
say.
and something we did different with it is we covered ours in Spanish moss. So the whole thing is this weird kind of breathing shaking when it's going off. Instead of just walls that you see collapsing, you still don't understand it when it's covered in Spanish moss. It has that weird kind of shape to it all.
Hi, Pumpkin.
On a regular basis, customers stop and ask if she's okay. On a regular basis, they come over to her and talk to her and ask if she's okay.
That is a wonderful distraction.
You know, and also it's nice to see that in humanity.
Yeah.
You know?
Aw, it is.
After you got the crap scared out of you, you took the time to make sure somebody else is all right. I really appreciate that. It gives me a little hope.
And then we punish them with this walkway, right?
Yeah. Like, it looks like this is going to be safe, right? It's kind of open. You're heading to the house. I was having some problems here where people were slowing down because they were too scared. So we got a chainsaw pop out right over there. And that chainsaw is called my motivator. It is to move the people to where we need them to move. Otherwise, they will choose their own pace, and that never works. So we move them, and then, of course, you see we've got our drop-down scarecrow that is right there. So the chainsaw is moving you right into a great jump-down scare.
Oh, yeah.
John's leading us to the scary mansion in the woods, guys.
You know there's a scary door now.
These gates were given to me. I mean, I bought them for what? I think I bought them installed for $1,000.
Oh.
These are wrought iron gates. These are legit. These gates are over 100 years old. They were, if I got the name right, the Burr Oak Cemetery in Chicago that got condemned and shut down because they were stacking bodies on top of each other.
Oh no.
And so when they tore down the cemetery and the state came in, I guess my excavator ended up with the front gates.
No.
Because he just had them.
As fate would have it.
And he found out I was building 2 gates for up here, and he asked me if I wanted these old gates he had. I said yes, of course, the price is good. I mean, I could recycle it for what he charged me. Not that I ever would.
Right.
But then a week later, he called me. He goes, "Hey, Johnny, I should probably tell you where I got those gates." And to most buyers, that might have been a problem. But for us, we're like, wait, these are real cemetery gates?
Gold.
From a 100-year-old Chicago cemetery?
During the show, there's like fire and
during the show, there's fire coming up from the top and characters at the gates. You're really coming up. I'm using that technique of going uphill towards something looming and large. Clearly, I believe in creating that state of awe. The tower is my whole focal point. You see it when you exit the graveyard. You see it on your entire approach. It's to lift that chin. It's to make you feel small and insignificant. And then I flood the box with great actors out here. This is my little pit because we have this natural limestone wall on this side that stops you from going that way. This cliff and forest down that way stops you from going that way. And the looming tower in front of you, once again, compresses the audience, makes them feel small. And then brilliant actors are working this front lawn the entire night.
Yes.
Any questions? Do you have any questions? We've walked quite a way.
I was doing a little bit of drone shots so we can see it from, up overhead and all that sort of thing. But what you don't always realize as a customer is like, this is an extremely elaborate facade.
Yes.
And so what does it take to, this starts off, it's basically a pole barn, right?
Sure, yep.
And so I don't know, I'm always enthralled and amazed and in awe of how you've transformed just a steel framed and clad building into what looks like a 100-year-old mansion.
Sure.
So
it's the Disney technique, right? You build a building that is effective, efficient. That's where you're doing your business. But from the customer's point of view, the audience's point of view, you have to create the world. You can't show cracks in the world, right? So what we've tried to do with the sight lines on this is, yes, we built the building first, but I needed a facade that looked not like a facade. I couldn't just do a wall up against a barn and call it a mansion.
Right.
I mean, my builder said I was crazy, but I'm like, no, the balcony has to be a balcony. You know, I need it tarred and I need it sealed, and people need to be able to go up there. Like, it needs to have that structure, that heft to feel real. Otherwise, the audience is going to come up and that suspension of disbelief, it gets weak. They find cracks in it. They start seeing the cracks. Even down to how we've kind of groomed the foliage on the side here so that you can't see where the main building is down there, to cut off those sight lines. Even how we grew ivy on the side walls to kind of cut off those sight lines. All of it is to keep you in that world. The way I see it, you know, these customers, they paid not just to get scared or entertained, but to leave their world behind and go to another world. It's my job to keep them in that world, to keep them believing everything around them. You know, they've done me the favor of suspending their disbelief. You know, they've done me the favor of saying, I'll say yes to all of this. But it's our job to keep that work going, to make sure we don't show the cracks so that they fall out of the show. So yes, it is a lot of money. It's a long-term investment, but it is also like the iconic walk-up now. Next year, we're adding all these projections and all these fun animatronics on it. We're coming back to the house to add more to it, and it's never done. It's just getting fuller and fuller and fuller as we go.
We talked about the gates and how you've got some folks out here on the lawn. Who is out here, and what's the purpose of them, like, not completely destroying us before we get into the house here?
Like, this is one of the things, right? Like, we're always trying to control the flow of the audience members, you know? Trying. But you have to create these areas where you can get them back into an orderly design, you know, how the house is designed, how the trail is designed. Once they go through the woods, I need a moment to gather them all up again, to split them all up in their groups again, and to effectively restart the machine. Because going through the woods,
like you said,
it's hard, man.
It's a whole haunt.
It's a whole
there.
haunt. I mean, that's over, I think we're at like 16 minutes out there. 17 minutes maybe. Like, yeah, you spent a lot of time.
They're gonna start getting bunched up.
Yeah, they get bunched up. People get scared. They slow down the people behind them. You know, it happens. So our job is to pay attention to that and take care of it. When they come up here on the lawn, we're not looking to like go full tilt, scare them, you know, tear them apart. We're looking to entertain them, because we're going to stop them, we're going to reorganize them, and we're going to put them back in the house. We're doing all these things for them, but we can't let them see that.
Right.
So that's why we have Mother, or the doorman, Charlie Pronger, who is just a genius at comedy up there. But you have these characters up here that play with you, and this is more like an entertaining area. Yes, you do get scares, yes. But that's not what we're looking to do. That's not our main goal. Our main goal is to entertain you, give you a little bit more of the story, you know, a little bit of seed here, a little bit of seed there before you walk in the building. And people, man, they love getting little story seeds. Once they think they know something that other people don't know. So if we can give them those seeds before they go in the house, perfect. And that's what all of this is designed for.
Yeah. It's like they're welcoming you and giving you almost like a false sense of security.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Until the door opens.
And then the door opens and shit's back on.
There goes that idea.
But I also find that, you know, in the way that we, you know, as human beings operate in these moments of fear, and, you know, you got all these chemicals and hormones firing in your muscles, like, you don't want to keep a customer like this too long. Because eventually they get desensitized. You know, eventually it just becomes physically unwell to them, right? So that's why I also like that if I got them like that for like a 15-minute period, I want to give them that, give them a breath.
Dump some cortisol for
like get them to have that deep breath, get them to have that moment where they laugh at each other about who scared who in the woods. All of this is intentional, that we have that moment on the front porch, because I want them to be ready to do it again. The worst thing is people in a haunted house that don't want to be there anymore. That you've just and I've done this before, like at Statesville, I had to learn. I was just, with everything I had. And then I was like, okay, wait a minute. And that's finding that finesse in your design, right? That time to get them big, that time to make them laugh, that time to give them something emotional. You know, that moment, that's pretty awesome. That
He landed right on your hat.
That moment when people come into the twins' mausoleum and we've seeded enough story that the captain lost his twin daughters, When they know that, because we've seated it up here, and then they walk into that Twins Mausoleum and they see 2 smaller empty caskets, there's not a scare or a laugh. It's a, you know, there's an emotional thing happening there, which is such a great gift. You know, as a storyteller, if that audience is saying yes that far to you and traveling with you, that they're even emotional about parts of it now, that's what we're looking for here. You know, we're looking to get all of it, not just that jump scare.
Are you guys still doing the keys?
Yeah, we're doing the key game. Yeah, you want to know about the key game?
Yes.
Tell us about the key game.
So the key game used to be a big room full of crates. You stick your hands in the holes, you find the key. Yeah. And then your ticket's free. That's the thing. Hell's Gate. Find the key, your ticket's free. But I didn't like what that was doing to my design. I didn't like what that was doing to people where they were all revved up and scared, and then I had to stop them, and then I had to explain rules, and then I had them play a game, and then there was a weird emotional thing afterwards where they're like, kind of like they just got done playing a game, you know, and it was taking them out of my emotional design. So I had to take it out of the house. So the way the key game works now is that every day we do an Instagram photo of the Keymaster. This is a character that has the key. When you come to Hell's Gate and you find the Keymaster that we posted on Instagram that night, you go up to them, you ask if they're the Keymaster, then they will give you a riddle, they will give you a question, something that is based in the lore of Hell's Gate that is on our website, on our social media, in our videos. And if you can answer that question, your ticket is free.
Nice.
So we still do the key game. We kind of like start the key game in your home now by telling you who to look for before you get here. That also prevents audience members from tearing every key off the wall, which was a problem.
Oh God!
Yeah.
I found the key.
Our
damn
first
it.
year, we weren't sure how that worked, so we were looking in every single room. We're like, "That's the key," and then we're like,
Oh,
"Okay,
Yeah,
no,
like
that was
every room in this, it's just everything. Like, is that
So
it?
we're like, "Is that how it works?"
And that's kind of my thing. Like, so I dress in costume every single night, and I follow the guests every single night, and that's what I was seeing. I'm like these people aren't even looking at the haunted house. They're so obsessed with finding the key that they're not seeing any of the cool stuff.
And then you get to that room where they're like, "Oh, here's the game." It's like,
and you're like,
it wasn't
why
back
did I waste all
there.
my time? And that's exactly right. You know, and it's, to me, that's a big part of designing haunted houses. You know, follow your audience every single night. Watch them. How are they engaging with your designs? Don't get too ego about it. Like, I have no problem walking through and going, oops, this did not work.
Yeah.
It happens. You know, you try 100 things, something's bound not to work. Admit it. Listen to the audience. The audience isn't digging it, change it. That's who we work for. We work for the audience. So the key game, that was the first problem. And then I tried telling everyone in the rules room, don't look for the key until you get to... I hated that because then that took us out of the story. And eventually when I moved it outside of the Midway, it changed everything. Because not only did the flow of the haunted house work better, not only were the scares better, the entertainment better, your overall kind of emotional experience is better. But now people were studying everything about Hell's Gate online. So much so that I got called out there first weekend, for maybe second weekend, that I moved it outside, so it was a new key game, right? And someone's like, John, I need you to come here. I think someone's cheating. I'm like, oh, did I miss something? You know, like I designed it and it's a new idea. And of course I'm creating something that's part social media, part live on property. Like, yeah, there's places I could have screwed up here, sure. So I show up to see what did I do wrong? And I see 4 young men, college age, you know, they looked all about like 19, 20, in shorts, t-shirts. And every part of their body was Sharpied with every word I've written.
Oh my God.
They were the story of Hell's Gate.
Holy
and
cow.
so when someone asked them a question about the clowns, they're like, Tommy, left leg is clowns. And they're all reading Tommy's leg. And he pulls the leg up like, oh, there's the answer. And they do it. And the person looked at me like, should I disqualify them? I'm like, no, give them all free tickets. This is the greatest thing that could ever happen to a writer, where someone has written all of your words on their body.
That is awesome.
Boy, that was fun.
Yeah.
And that's where I knew, like, oh, this is going to be great. And it's been a lot of that. Like, people study all of our lore before coming now. And I have people stop me in restaurants in town in the winter. And I'm like, hey, what are the 3 names of the dragons? I read everything and I couldn't get that. I'm like, what's going on right now? And then they tell me they came, the key game, they didn't get it. I'm like, oh, thanks for the context. Also, I'll take a coffee.
To go, please.
But yeah, like
3 names for your coffee?
Uh-oh. Something's happening.
Oh.
Whoa, that door hasn't been opened in a while. I just want to make sure I hit all the basics. Boo, get out. I'm going to kill you.
Oh my God.
What are you doing here?
Welcome.
Welcome. What are the other scare factor don'ts?
You need a wife?
You need a wife? Is that one?
You need a wife.
You get that one a lot? That one maybe just you, big guy.
Want to play?
That's, you may be inspiring some people. Hey. Come on in.
Hey, it's a raccoon.
That's our possum! North America only has one marsupial, and you guys keep taking away its glory and calling it a raccoon! Freak it out here!
He's done through his radio, Nancy.
He's over there.
They literally named it raccoon and put it even on its controller. So when I yell at them, I'm like, no, John, it is a possum. But the possum's name is raccoon.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
Welcome to the Foyer. This is a mainstay design technique of all Zombie Army shows. Mainly because I'm a theater nerd. I went to theater school and I like to do theater things. This is my big theatrical room. So what I like to do is bring in a group, and that group could be anywhere from 20 to 80 people. We line them up all in this space, and the idea is the maid is bringing them in to keep them safe, because obviously the cemetery is crawling with zombies, but it is not much safer inside the house. And we are seeding story here as they come in. We are telling them, don't trust the children. Stay in the secret passages. Do not go in the hallway. They can see you in the hallway, and the children are not children. That final line happens, and all the lights go out. To the big lightning storm. It's very well organized and played just pitch perfect by our actress, Jennifer Menchaca, who is chef's kiss, wonderful, wonderful performer. She is in this room every single night, the entire run, and she doesn't take a break.
Oh, wow.
She owns this shit. As a director, nothing makes me happier than an actor just going, this is my room. And she kills it. So she brings them all in here, she organizes them, the lights go down. When the lights go down, the portrait slides open. In the full light, you can see the little rub on the paint. If you were a detective, you'd be like, something's wrong up there. And the twins that are in that garden scene are now behind that in the same garden scene. So we've done a bunch of lattice and flowers back there. So then they step out onto the mantle, and this is where we seed the story, you know, that their father, bereft with grief because of their death, reached into the darkness to see if they were at peace. And sometimes when you reach out into the darkness reaches back. And here are these 2 demons playing dress up in his twin daughter's corpses. And they now have run of the house. We love to fly here at HellsGate. So one of our actresses will fly and land on the other side. The other one will do a drop dead Superman hang where she's coming at your eyes. And at the same time, both of these drop portraits come down. These are custom designed props with 2 girls flying out of that that will be above your head so that you feel like everything above your head is coming down on you. And just as you think it's going to hit you, we turn the lights off. I know, it's rude. And it shuts them up. And as soon as we do that, the fireplace opens. I'll go get it for you.
Oh, there's a secret entrance.
I love Scooby-Doo entrances.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah.
So quiet, too.
It is. It's like, just come in. It's completely safe. I don't want to go in.
Go in.
Where did John go? That's the question.
I'm right here.
Okay.
Bigger question. Sneaky guy. Oh man, what is this? So we've seen this room, but this is the study?
So this is the study. This is our split the groups into small now, right? Because I just told you we'd take a group of 20 to 80 in that front room, but that is terrible to let all of them go through at the same time. So we had to create a room in which people were patient and comfortable being in while waiting. Years ago, you may remember the ceiling was at 9 feet. Customers didn't like that. They didn't like being at the back of a line with the ceiling low. They didn't get to see enough stuff. They got impatient. I'd be here. I'd be right behind them. I'd see them twitching. I'd think, oh, I got to fix that. They're twitching. So what I did is I raised the ceiling all the way up and created this kind of museum view up top. And basically the timing works out that by the time you take in everything up here, check out the shelves, check out the portraits behind you, it's usually your turn to go next.
That's cool.
So that way no one truly feels like they're waiting. They're just checking out this room. Now, also 2 incredibly good actors in here, playing, improvising, playing in the moment with who they're working with, right? The improv in here is pretty stellar. And that's what makes it work. You know, it's the actors that make this work. And we also get to go over the rules, you know, to reinforce, you know, don't touch the actors, they won't touch you. Don't touch props, they won't touch you. Fire exits are clearly marked and for emergencies only. And pissing yourself is not an emergency. No cameras of any kind. Thank you for coming, burn in hell. And then we let them in and we go back to that. We prefer a group of 4. Now, if you're coming on the 3rd, 4th Saturday of the year, you made a bad life choice. You're going in with a group of 10.
You're right.
That's just how the math works, kids. So please, come early. Come on a Wednesday. Come on a Thursday. Just as many actors, almost no audience. But that's it. That's the room. If you look up here, this is fun. These are all the managers that made this place happen. All of them have their portraits. My dad's up there, Chaka, Chunks, Derek, George, Charlotte, Teresa. Over here, this was my friend and business partner, Rick Rudy. He's the only one that gets the light. He passed away suddenly in 2020.
No, no.
But without Rick believing in us and being there with us, none of this would have happened. You know, not everyone trusts a crazy person to go in the woods and create crazy things. Rick did.
But Rick did.
And then
Thank
we
you,
got
Rick.
the rest of the portraits up here and a fun bit of trivia all the way at the top. That is Ariana Grande, pop sensation, and her manager, because we did a project for Ariana Grande.
Oh, that's cool.
And we made that portrait for her, and we created a custom haunted house at the United Center that went from her tour bus to her locker room, her changing room, and
How
she didn't
cool.
know. It was all a surprise.
gosh.
Oh my God.
And she is a super Halloween fan, sweetest girl in the world,
Nice.
unbelievably kind to the entire staff, and she just really got off watching her poor dancers lose their shit. And I tell you what, dancers have real strong legs, right? So these kids can jump. And when Fluffy was doing a jump scare on these dancers, just trying to get to their dressing room, they were going like way up there. Like, I'd never seen someone jump that high. And we literally ran a haunted house just for Ariana Grande and her dancers for 2 straight days at the United Center. It was awesome. And so we put the portrait up there because we were very honored that they trusted us with the job. Because Hell's Gate is all about, you know, I like to tell everyone, Hell's Gate is not just a haunted house, it's an adventure. You felt that adventure outside of having to physically traverse all of that. Once you get inside, you saw with the fireplace, and it is the same here. We are all about secret passages. I love me some secret passages.
Sometimes need persuasion. So these are the secret passages that the folks in the big room were telling us
Telling you to stay inside. Do not go in the hallway. Whatever you do, do not
Stay
go in the
behind
hallway.
the
They can
wall.
see you in the hallway. Guess where we're going?
To the hallway.
Okay.
John, we're in the hallway. We can't be out here.
I know. You made a bad choice. I can't make all of your choices. And this is the hallway, and it is a master design element of our show. If you notice, once again, I got really unreasonable. I wanted that wallpaper you can touch with the texture. I wanted to make sure we were actually doing wainscoting. We weren't painting it. The floors are actual oak hardwood floors.
yeah.
Because you cannot replicate that sound of shoes on hardwood. And if I'm gonna, you know, create this world that you're in a mansion in the middle of the woods, I need to give those elements to help reinforce it. You can't just come in here and have painted floors and whatnot. So yeah, I spent too much money on oak floors. But this hallway goes 160 feet all the way to the end of the haunted house. All of the rooms in the house side are all connected to this hallway. So we're not just designing a haunted house that is room after room after room. It's practical, where the rooms are built off of these main hallways. And this, once again, just reinforces it to the audience. And I cannot tell you how many people actually think we're in a mansion out here in the woods.
Yeah. Woo, that feels good.
Whoa.
I see you peeking. Oh, yep. We're trapped.
Yep, once again, secret passage. Two props should be going off behind you, but hey, you woke up!
Hey, buddy.
You just needed a little shame, huh? Same thing. I need the audience to find the secret passage and push through it, because it's a totally different experience
Yeah.
when you have to do that. When you have to actually actively push your way through something, it makes you feel like you're more inside of this world instead of just viewing it.
It's interactive.
I was gonna say, somebody's gonna move. Oh, 2 of them.
They're not dead yet.
They're not.
That's how you keep it fresh.
That's dinner.
Somebody made a mess over here, John.
There's ironically, you're in a haunted house that doesn't really do blood.
Right.
One of my design foundations in the beginning is this wasn't going to be a gore fest. There's a lot of haunted houses that do that, and it's great. But I didn't want to just be one of those haunted houses. So we replace all of our blood with darkness. It's still disgusting, but people have a different reaction to it. And I find that it casts a larger net for audience members. Even though the darkness is disgusting, even though the rat coming through coffins is disgusting, for some reason, if it's not red, people have a different kind of reaction to it. Now, you will find blood here because we're in the kitchen and it's blood from cooking and from the animals. It's one of the few places you'll find blood. Every once in a while, I noticed one of my artists was like, I just needed to add blood here so bad. I just needed some blood. And I'll find it and pull it. It's a game we play.
You're right.
I think if Anthony had his way, he'd have a fire hose in one of these rooms full of blood and chunks of human body and just
my
spray it all out.
This makes you kind of duck. Ugh. Going from big rooms to small areas. And
Right,
Somebody-
it's open the iris, close the iris, open the iris, close the iris. Like, audiences do like to, oh, look at that. But if you leave them in that, oh, look at that, too long, they get comfortable. They're not scared anymore. So I like to open it up and shutter it down, and open it up and shutter it down. And that just has them always kind of like moving and spinning around trying to see it all. Pig art. Why? Why not?
We just came from a kitchen full of piggies. Somebody likes piggies.
Exactly, yeah. There's got to be some sort of pig love affair going on.
Man, those chairs go up high.
What is
Speaking
going
of-
on up here?
This is my homage to Les Miserables, my favorite musical. The Barricades. Put a little French flag up there. And this is my library because it's a mansion. You have to have a library.
Yes.
It's hard to make a big open space scary. So I use techniques of dropping bookcases and creating that chaos, and then creating a room in which my actors can climb around. I call it the little parkour course inside the haunted house.
Come. Aw, he's so cute.
He called us dum-dums.
That is my little tip of the hat to Night at the Museum, which I think is actually one of the greater haunted house movies ever made.
That's awesome.
No one considers Night at the Museum a haunted house movie. That's a haunted house movie, man. The props are coming to life.
Yeah,
They're doing
that's
some
true.
dastardly shit. So I had a little fun with that. See some of our passageways for our actors.
Yeah.
That way they're, no one's gonna find that. And in this hall, this is the double bookcase. So you see it is designed for them with the holes, and it's a nice, easy place to work. Smooth, safe, protected.
Oh yeah. We're trapped in the walls still. Even the library is trying to eat us. That really opens up.
Yeah, and doing a giant library, like, as the owner, like, really gives me a whole lot of places to just put random shit that I like to collect. I mean, I've got some weird stuff that I just put in here. when I don't know what to do with it, and I got it at like an estate sale, like I just hang it up in the garage sale. Like I think that's the badger back there. I had that in my office for the longest time. But like little things like that, I'll just cram in here somewhere.
Grandpa needs to go back to bed.
Grandpa.
I remember the first time we came here, the deer was in this room that came out of the wall. Like
That was in the next room.
Okay. the
Yeah,
next
that
room.
was in, because it was, what was it, library, and that was the trophy room. Where
Yes,
the deer
the
came
trophy
out of the
room.
room. That did not work. That was a failed design.
Really?
My bad.
Huh.
I thought it was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh.
I'm glad you guys liked it.
Yeah, we did.
So this is, of course, always want to have secret passages. An actor taught me something here. You were a no-touch haunted house. We don't touch you, we don't violate you, but an actor showed me a gag they were doing. And I had to be like, okay, that's terrifying. So I'll show you. It's simple. Yeah, I said this is a parkour course here. It's designed for my actors to be able to climb around. But what they do is they leave the bookcase closed, and then someone would come put their hand right there to see what's going on, and they just... The first time they did it to me, I'm like, oh God, oh God! It's so uncomfortable. It's like one of the few places I'm like, okay, I'll allow it.
You're right.
That's weird.
That's really creepy. Ew, God dang it.
This is Nora's
Why?
favorite
You guys-
spot.
You guys go and I show you what I like. You
Oh,
guys
no. We'll go. Ew. So many spiders.
Dumbledore! Because of course I did. I love Dumbledore pop-outs.
And you never know when somebody's gonna come out of one, even if you
No.
spot them. Like,
Yeah.
you just don't know.
This
God,
is a fun room. I mean, this is the most anyone will ever see of this room because I'm an ass. I make this big, beautiful thing, and everyone works real hard. The painters and the prop people and the set people. And then I'm like, it's beautiful. Now turn off all the lights so it's scary. And so we do. So you're seeing it with light, but the audience sees this only with the light of the lightning from the storm outside coming through the greenhouse glass above, which gives us really great dimensional lighting because now it's going through all the spider webs and all the vines and all the spiders up top.
Casting all the shadows.
Casting all those shadows, and my actors are the bush characters in here.
The Bushmen.
So they are blending everywhere throughout this place. And they're working inside those beats of the lightning.
so they're using the darkness to their advantage.
Exactly. They're hunting you. Yes. And I got these little lights down here for funsies, but for the most part, it's hard to see in here.
Yeah, this
On the light comes.
Oh, there's a bushman! Right there. That's such a good bushman.
I love that bush. The people that designed that bush said that they designed that bush after walking through these rooms.
Oh, wow.
Because I was doing the Bushmen actors, and they came on one of the tours and saw what we were doing, and I went to Trans, we were like, dude, you got to see this. I literally designed it after visiting Hell's Gate. So like, it was an honor. So of course I had to buy one.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
More hallways. They know we're here. Oh, you never know how far they're going to come.
This is our flyer hall because we love flying at Hell's Gate. Once again, we showed you the clock lady, then these props crawling on the walls, and then we have an actress up here that Superman flies all the way down. You can see what I call the fingernail scratches of their pathway all the way down. They do some great work in this little hallway.
Thing is that's not an exaggeration.
Yeah. One of my favorite things to see here is when they land, because sometimes they'll jump out of this hole. So just seeing this thing jumping out of this hole above you, you can see an entire group go down like dominoes.
Oh gosh, down this hallway.
Which is hilarious, but then very concerning. Because then you gotta pick them all up, make sure they're okay. I love when people get here and go, oh God, it's over.
Psych.
Like, oh God, it just begun.
You're just getting started.
Oh, Lindsay likes this room.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my. Oh yeah.
So these rooms that you're in now, the next several rooms are what is getting a redesign for next year. I have not yet figured out what I'm doing since this room has become iconic. The audience loves these rooms. So I am now trying to find a way to work inside the rooms to create something else, to freshen it up. But it is all leading to, eventually, the clown room, clown carousel, which I've been designing and has been in my head for many, many years. And I finally have enough time and money to build it.
So we're going into an actual dollhouse.
Yes.
Here,
Yeah,
right?
you know, we did kind of a soft replica of the actual mansion. So we got the big tower, the front. We lost all of our railings, you know, audience members. Sometimes they want a souvenir, I guess. But we'll rebuild it. But yeah, we wanted to build a soft replica of the mansion that you're in, that you're going through. Secret passages!
We love these. You just always feel like you're kind of playing a game with the mansion. With the twins. Oh, God. Oh, Mother's reading the book. Uh-oh. They're not very nice to their toys.
No.
I heard you mention clowns back here too. That seems to be a little bit of a through line with
So
Easter
yeah,
eggs
so I
from
mean,
outside.
in the original core story, in the original lore, there was this tragedy that happened with these clowns, this German circus that was in town. So that's always been part of it. You know, I'm not one that thinks that you have to have a clown room. I'm not one that likes neon clowns very much. No offense. I mean, I'm sure it works for you. It just doesn't work for me. And even at Statesville, the clowns had to be very justified what I did with them. And here, they need to be justified. They can't just be like, oh, we have clowns because people like clowns. In this case, we have this great story online about this German circus that was in town just after World War I. There was a lot of that kind of German phobia going on because of the war. And this German clown was on break and saw this kid just laying there turning blue. Picked up the kid, ran the kid into town, screaming. And to a bunch of people that didn't speak German, that looked terrifying.
Right.
I mean, honestly, the German language is terrifying.
Right?
Schmetterlinge!
Sounds like they're angry all the time.
That means butterfly.
Right?
It's a scary language. And so there's this clown with this kid, and the kid's dying, and he's sweating, and the makeup, and the screaming, and the alcohol, and the breath. Of course they think he killed the kid. So the town goes mad. The town goes for vengeance. And the town burns down the clown tent with all the clowns inside.
Oh, no.
The circus owner just packs up and leaves because he doesn't want to lose the whole circus. And the governor of Illinois was embarrassed by the shame that this would bring to the state and asked Captain Moorstone to please intern them quietly so that no one knows what happened. So the clowns were some of our original inhabitants out in the Mausoleum. And when the twins came, their bodies came to life and little demons inside, they of course wanted playmates, so they started resurrecting the clowns. So we've always had the clowns in the twins' room. What I'm going to do next year with the design is just expand that world a little bit, creating the toy room for the twins where the clowns kind of call home. So yeah, that's where we're going next year, kids. Turns out clowns in closets, very scary.
Double C's.
People really hate that.
Ooh, it's even got the squishy floor.
Oh yeah.
Oh my.
Because closets are scary, we're going back in another closet. People hate going in closets.
Oh. Hello there, wall driller. Ah.
This room will be gone next year.
Oh. Last time you'll get to see it. Don't trust any of it.
So once again, we are halfway through the house. Once we get halfway through the house, we have to appreciate the fact that people can become clumped up again. They don't all move at the pace we wish they would. So this is another stopping point where we can break them up back in their groups and restart the timing of the machine. But no one likes to be stopped, so I like to give them eye candy. So this we call the critter room. It's one of the captain's labs, a secret lab behind the walls where you can study the powers of these occultish critters, right? You know, scorpions and snakes, and see if you can glean any power from them to help in his pursuit of making contact with his daughters. So there's this little space. What's great is I got critters everywhere moving, and we have live animals. But we only have live animals because we have one of Illinois' best live animal handler. He is a good friend of ours, a Zombie Army member. He works for all the TV shows as well. And so we built these habitats that are designed for specific animals that work well in this room. You've noticed there's not a lot of sound in this room. The sound is great for the animals. So these animals come in at the beginning of the season, and they live in these habitats for the entire year. They're temperature controlled, they're fed regularly, and if any moment the animal looks like it's not having a good time, the animal handler, I don't know how he knows if a snake is having a good time or not, but he does, will move that animal out of the show and replace it with a different animal. But they're all kept, and they're all treated very, very well. This is the attic. Up in the attic, I took a page from. You okay? Right?
Yeah.
I took a page from Disney. I take many pages from Disney. I'm a huge fan. And the Disney Mansion. If you go through when you're going through the attic in your dune buggy, you'll notice pieces of other Disney shows, like the I don't know what it's called, on a ship. You steer with it. What is that called?
The helm?
Helm? Yeah, the wheel. But
Yeah,
anyway, the wheel.
Yeah.
You'll see that from Pirates of the Caribbean. You'll see a bunch of pieces from all sorts of Disney properties kind of hidden and stored in the background. So we do the same thing. And then throughout here, you'll see different pieces of different shows we did years and years ago. These are all the masks from when we used to do all the children's theater at the Field Museum.
Oh, wow.
So we used to do all that years ago when I started the company. This is from one of the first plays our theater company did in Chicago professionally. That's me. And so you'll see other parts of like the history of our company. Not necessarily HellsGate, but the people who created it. We got Easter eggs all through here. This is where the audience gets to choose. You want to go through the small box, medium box, or you want to be a lightweight chicken strip and go through the big box. My favorite sound in the entire haunted house is right here. I'll share this with you because I just love this moment. When we do get people that say small box, what we normally do is we let the first person crawl in while all their friends wait right there. And as soon as their feet get past the threshold, this is my favorite noise.
Yeah.
Because when they feel that behind them, and they feel it, that certain sense of dread that they made a terrible choice comes upon them. And then I just bring their friends to another box anyway and send them a different way. You guys get the medium box.
Medium box? Okay. That one might still slam, you never know. We took the medium box.
More of the attic, but this scene from here, we're still working down here, not everything is ready. But if any of you have ever been to Indiana Beach and gone through their haunted house, that I think has been there since the 50s, almost unchanged. This was my first aha moment in a haunted house, was when they had their Dr. Frankenstein's lab down in the bottom, and from 3 stories up, you go on a little balcony thing and it was counterbalanced.
Yeah.
And I remember being like 7 years old, and that little counterbalance happened, looking down into the lab, and like I was scared and so delighted that someone tricked me. And I just remember going, how'd they do that? How'd they convince me to do that? Like everything about it made my mind explode, that I was lured into that scare. So this is just my little tip of the hat to those who came before us, and give a little look down. I'm not doing no counterbalance floors right now. The insurance said I can't do it.
They just waxed the slide.
They just waxed it.
So be
Oh
careful,
my.
it can go real fast. Have at least one free hand to slow you down on the side. I'll tell you how fast it goes.
Here we go.
Oh, this ain't bad.
Oh, it just went really fast.
How you?
All right.
We should all 3 go at the same time. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh wow. Oh my. They've even got a working spot up there.
I feel like the captain's been busy down here.
You think,
Yeah, and this is where, like in the story, you know, the captain tried working with the occult, seances, seers, to find his daughters in the afterworld. Once he found them, or we thought was them, then he became emboldened and started working with electricity. Because electricity was coming across the nation, it was, you know, the latest technology, this marvel. and he had read, you know, the experiments of Thomas Edison and the elephant. And of course, he was a fond reader of Mary Shelley. And he believed with the power of electricity, he could reanimate the corpses. And then it's just about getting their souls in the body. Yeah.
Wow.
That second part proved to be more challenging than the first part. He animated a bunch of corpses, but could never get their soul in the body. So that's why we're in the basement. He built a body chute to deliver bodies from the graveyard down here so that not to put anyone in the house in any kind of danger. But this was a fruitless venture that did not, in fact, bring his daughters back to life.
Well, at least he's had a lot of practice.
It reminds me of the electrical room from Statesville a little bit.
Yeah.
Got wires hanging down, you gotta walk through.
A little bit of my, like, yeah, I really love this at Statesville, and I'm in the electrical room, like, how do I not?
I know. Another one of those areas where you can see what's coming before you get there.
Yeah, you can see all the way through. I'm sure that's a...
Designed on purpose.
That's some psychology stuff going on.
One of my favorite views is from the other side of the bars. So definitely check it out when you do the B-roll, because from there you can see all the way through into the sewer hole.
Oh, yeah.
And you got all those layers of movement.
Kind of like the hallway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It feels like one of those gags, a never-ending hallway, but no, it's just actually a never-ending sightline.
Or even like the hallway of the mansion, yeah.
And one of the big reasons I do it is because I'm trying to create this world that seems bigger than it possibly is, right? You know, the building can only be as big as it is. But when I create these long, deep vistas, these sight lines, it makes the audience feel like they're in something so much bigger than them. And there's always that curiosity of, wait, what's over there? You know, and if I got you asking a question and looking in the direction, boy, oh boy, does this actor have a great setup.
It's also 360. Everywhere you look, it's all decorated. It's all part of the haunt. Even like doors are decorated like the walls, like, you know.
I'm a big fan when an audience member comes and says, I really love that morgue room you did this year. That's a great new room. And I look at the person, I go, that room is 3 years old. That's been here this is its 4th year. And they're like, no. I come every year, I've never seen it.
Yeah.
That's new this year. And I was like, you know, you're right. It is new this year. I'm glad you like all the work I did. And what I've learned is that, and because I do design in 360, I mean, you can tell there's no breaks, ceilings are ceilings. I drop sprinkler heads into rooms. I pay the extra money because when there's an open ceiling, it's so hard to believe you're in that world when you can see the rafters of the building, right? And so we do that with everything, with our detail, with our texture. It's all 360. And what I've learned is that so much of the haunted house is new every year to my customers, because now it's based on what direction they happen to be looking when they walk through. And we all know about 80% of them do this.
They're looking into
So like, every once in a while, like, and so it's great because if you design that way, they're always seeing something new.
I remember a saying you said back when we very first started going. I know I keep talking about Statesville, but it was so memorable to me. You always said, we don't design in square feet.
We design in square inches.
Exactly.
Yep, absolutely. Same is true here at HellsGate.
Woo! I like that door.
That's a Statesville door.
Oh, nice.
We built all of our doors at Statesville to be kicked.
Yeah.
It gives the actors such joy to kick a door. So this is our sewer design. This was new last year. Our big room, we're very much in love with it. It's one of my favorite designs here at HellsGate. Honestly, it's one of the favorite things I've designed in the last 10 years. I love this room. It is an actor's paradise. And I think that's why I love it so much, because I'm an actor.
Did you not go through that mausoleum earlier? Like,
God, this room is awesome.
So this is one of the fun things about this room. You know, it's in the story of HellsGate. You know, there's this constant moving into deeper, darker places to conduct experiments and eventually dark magic. And there was always this purpose that the captain didn't want to endanger anyone else. Remember, this all started from a place of love. Not everyone had his same kind of line of thought, no. So one of his compatriots, a surgeon, Dr. Oramos, who came here to help him with the electrical studies, had noticed that the house staff that came in contact with this darkness, this crawling, oozy stuff on the walls, when they did come in contact with it, after they became sick, they became stronger, faster, and impervious to injury. And the doctor thought, well, this is cool.
We're onto something there.
Yeah, I am going to be the one that can fix all disease. I'm going to be the one that can give eternal life to humans. I'm going to be the one that beats death with this little darkness stuff. So what he did is he started infusing the darkness into water, so that he had this water infused with darkness. And his theory was that if he could change out the blood and take the water out of our blood and replace it with darkness infused water, we would all become superhuman.
Yeah.
And the possibilities are endless, and it's going to be great for everybody, right? So he does these experiments down here. Not even the captain knows that Dr. Oramos is in this room. This, for me, was a fun thing to design because of the story. But also I got to bring these giant set pieces from Statesville back to life.
Yeah.
This is the Maniac Ward experiment tables. I just kind of did some new work with it. Almost everything in this room I recycled from another haunted house, which was a lot of just fun
so
creatively. It's all reused, recycled material. All the pipes from Statesville. That was the guy in the City of the Dead front room of Statesville.
Yeah.
Like a lot of this. The only thing that was new is some of the bodies in here, and really a great collaboration between me and Anthony Glenn. Anthony Glenn is our head makeup artist, our prop designer, and also owns Original Sin Props. And in this room, it was important to me that we didn't just buy props, we made our own. I needed to tell the story of when the doctor grabs one of the house staff members fresh from upstairs, and that the experiment just started. And you could see the fear in his eyes. And I literally told Anthony, I'm like, I need the audience to see the fear in his eyes. And man, he nailed it. And then as we progress, you see the maid that's been here a little longer. Her eyes have turned black. The darkness is a little bit longer and stronger in her. Then this guy here, we start seeing the physical changes. The deformation of the arm becomes elongated. This guy is a late stage. You see all the limbs are longer than they should be. And it is all leading to the guy in the back corner there. That's the final stage of the experiment. So clearly, things did not go the way the doctor expected them to go. But they did go an interesting direction.
They did go.
They did go. And when I say this is one of my favorite rooms, it's because of stuff like this. Because I can give an actor this position up here, then he's getting a scare over here, We could use the set pieces to hide, to blind, to move. She can lunge here, meeting the actor that's on that platform, lunging this way. It's empowering these folks. And then this actor up here, he can go any direction. He can get you when you come in. He could be playing on one of the bodies. He could be, this is one of my favorites. Call this the blue velvet moment. Dennis Hopper! Playing through here, we've got all these great little hiding spots for actors to disappear, to come out of, little corners and nooks to hide in. Actor blinds to fly through.
I thought I was walking on, I guess I am walking on a little bit of water.
It's a little wet. You're in the sewers. It gets a little wet.
Right?
So we got a bunch of different water gags, a bunch of different fog gags. We're playing with most of the machines that Froggy's Fog makes in this room. It's a fun little place to kind of experiment with different fogs and different hazers to get different effects. When the show is running, we run one of those Poseidon foggers through all the pipes. So it's coming out of the pipes in different points and fogging this up as well. But all of this is for the actor. All of this is for these actors to move in all these spots. And it just becomes madness in here. If you ever went to Statesville, this has that Maniac Ward energy inside the sewer. If you look up, I got real weird with my money. And I built these light boxes that go all the way up because it gives you that kind of real practicality. And that's how I'm lighting the different bodies on the tables, is through these shafts that go 4 feet up.
Oh, there's weird things in the water. What in the hell? What is that? That's like spraying. That's so freaking cool. Yeah.
And the same thing, the actor just steps out like this. It's the same actor that's getting you there with the coats. These are all designed for easy actors. Everything is finished and nice, but see, I could get a scare here, and I could slide out here, give that flexibility, and also that ability to retreat. Guess what these are? Dumbledore Pop-Outs!
Oh God.
Oh, we're
These
getting a little
cloak
witchy
figures.
over here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this one is an icon room. I don't think I could ever change this room. People love this room. They come to Hell's Gate just to see this room.
I certainly.
This is the Dragon Room.
Oh my God. All the nice goopiness of the darkness.
But yes, we have our Dragon Queen here. We have a roaming monk here, another pop-out here. So the actors are all moving in plain sight. If I put enough monks with robes in this room, it's so easy for an actor to just find a spot. Just stay still.
Yeah.
Just wait till the audience comes to you. A lot of times the audience will reach out and make contact, and that's when you come to life. It's such a fun old school scare. Hey, buddy. So yeah, this is the Dragon Room. It is very deep. I designed the ceiling to go over the next 2 rooms, so it gives you this feeling like this cave goes forever. I created all these proscenium archways to be staggered, to also give that depth as you go further and further back. It gives it that grandness that this is all too big to be in the basement of this house. And that's what I'm always trying to hit with these big rooms. Like, you don't do a big room unless you're creating a state of awe. If you do a big room to show off a prop or because you think it's cool looking, you are going to fail. You need to create that state of awe to make them feel they're seeing something so much bigger. And then you gotta shutter that lens down.
Oh. I'm trying to boop the
So
dragon.
what's her name? And what's her name?
So this is Renee.
Aw, write that down.
That one's Dana.
Write that down.
And the little one around the corner is Corn Dog.
Oh,
They're
Sharky
all
named
named.
that
I name a lot of the props after people that no longer work with us.
one? Okay.
So Renee was like our administrator / stage manager when we opened Hell's Gate, but had to move to Buffalo. Dana was our lighting person extraordinaire, sound person over at Statesville before she moved to New York. There was a theme, New York and New York.
Yeah.
Corn Dog did not move to New York, but had to leave the company for job reasons and came back. So yes, I like to name props kind of like in honor of people that are no longer working with us.
That's really cool.
They're not dead, they just moved.
Right.
And this is a big story part too. Like you see the darkness leaving the pit, and that is Hell's Gate. That pit in front of the dragon, that's Hell's Gate. That's where all this darkness is coming out of. That's the origin source. The captain opened it while doing something with dark
He
magic.
fucked around and found out.
And you see, yes, he fucked around, found out. And you see the darkness going up in the dragon room through the floorboards of the house above. And then in here you see the darkness running to this new area, creating this new area. Because once the darkness figured out the house, it needed to create its own nest to create its own creatures.
Ugh.
So that's why you see all
And
the
even
darkness
the floor
running
is
this way.
uneven.
Yeah, there's some wild floor stuff going
Yeah,
on
look at
here.
that wood cutting. That's some skill.
Different angles and
Oh
yeah.
God.
So we don't have everything on in here. This is the room we've been working in. We have replaced the center of the room, creating a new gag here using some equipment we got from Studio Tech. And this is going to be a lunger where the actor can lunge all the way out now, just like all the pneumatics. So all the props are lunging out at you. This vine creature will be working by next week. But all the props are doing it, so I want the actor to do it too. This is attached to the back. It's got a nice cool spring up there, so it gives you the all the way out and gives you a little bit to get back with. And then I'm gonna do it again on this side, and then again on this side, so it's 3 points of attack for one actor in the center.
Yeah.
This is one of those rooms that, you know, I designed it, I loved it, and then I saw its flaws, you know, and there were things I didn't like about the room. It doesn't mean I need to trash the room. It means I need to watch the audience, listen to the audience, and then adjust. And so I adjusted the design by taking the middle out so that I can empower the actor in a different way. And this one trick here, I think is gonna, people are gonna feel like it's a whole brand new room. But all I did was a move in the middle and I kept the exterior.
Yeah, when you come across this floor, and then you're gonna be paying attention to this, and then you're gonna get nailed.
And that's what I learned, right? Because this floor is such a crowd pleaser, and stupid John, he spent so much money up there. And all my audience members go, oh, squishy, squishy, mushy, mushy, squishy, squishy, mushy, mushy. And nobody's looking up. And I was like, well, damn it. And there's nothing I could do to fix that. This is what they do. So I watch them, I listen to them, and I design with that in mind. Now that I know that's what they do, I'm going to betray them now. I have learned from their movements, and now this scare is perfect for that person that isn't looking up to come right down at them. And that will then pull the attention up, and then they're going to be torn because they want to look at the floor, but they want to look up. Yeah, we're going to have fun.
These
We're going to have fun.
For sure.
Those vine monsters are from City of the Dead too, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Good eye, sir. So is that mud monster. That's City of the Dead.
Oh.
This is my clown bungee from Statesville right here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the clown. Oh, yeah.
So we've turned it into a darkness bungee where we created a whole nest back there. And this is where our darkness creature leaves the nest, jumps down, and bounces above you. And now I've got this actor here with a different rig.
geez.
And now
They're giving high fives.
they got a high five. High five. It's all celebration here. Not for the poor audience.
Nope.
The audience does not want to be in this high five.
All we would do is scream.
But
Screaming.
yeah, we really brought it in tight here with this attack and this attack now. And then I've got a real simple actor hidey hole here. So that if this isn't working, I still have this coming through here, and then they could still do a pop-out scare here. Really empowers the actor here, gives them a lot of places to move, really lets them get creative and find their spot.
Nice.
I try to do a bunch of things here, right? One, the show's not over. You've left the building, but the show started before you got in the building anyway. So what I've done is I brought all these topiaries here, and the same woman that runs my front room, Jen Menchaca, also does all the gardening here. Creating this kind of lovely space. And this is where I brought in another motivator. The chainsaw here is not an aggressive attack chainsaw. He's literally shaping the bushes. And that's fun because they're all like, oh hell, like they know it's gonna go. And he only chases them if they stop.
Yeah.
So as long as they move through, it's just that kind of suspense because I don't want to chase you. I need you to calm down now. I need you to take a deep breath now. Because I need you to reach deep in your pockets. Reach deep for Hell's Gate and buy yourself a t-shirt. Because you're going to the gift shop. And this is my kind of cool down moment. It's pretty.
Yeah.
People should be talking. I don't ever let my motivator get past this line because I need them to be talking about the show right now.
Give
I
them
need
room
them
to
to be
breathe.
sharing that shared experience of, oh, I see, or I remember when you got caught with your buttons. You know, having those moments, that happens here. It's a little bit cathartic. But I need you to calm down before you go through the gift shop. To show you this though.
Oh,
this.
What is that?
This is our milkweed garden.
Milkweed?
Oh yes.
Those look spiky.
Yeah, the milkweed's amazing. So when the monarchs migrate, this is what they depend on to eat.
Okay.
And because of the way we do landscaping in the United States, they don't have a whole lot of places to eat. So once we saw one milkweed growing, John, I called it a protective class.
Yeah.
Welcome to the gift shop.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, there's so many things in here.
One of the things we do a little different is, you know, of course we've got our basic wares, t-shirts, cups, stickers, patches, pins. But what we also do is we open up spaces in our gift shop for our artists to create their art and sell it here. So some of our artists will make just as much money with their stuff in the gift shop for the season as they make work in the hunt the entire time.
That's cool.
You know, you could see Anthony Glenn, who does our props, and we talked about the bodies that he did. This is his display. These will all be gone within, I'm sure, the first 2 weeks. But yes, and this is Teresa's area, so she's got the witchy stuff everywhere.
Oh, how cool.
And that's kind of her line is selling the witch products. Come out to the Midway. So yes, of course you can't appreciate what the Midway is now, but when you do come out, we have our second bar. You're done with the show, get a drink. We have photo booths that are free. We have games that are not free. We have more photo booths that are free. And then we have a 5-minute witch's room escape game, also not free. But we have the giant screen going with horror content on the screen. We have bonfires peppered throughout here, food trucks, donut trucks. It is just a Halloween mini fest back here. And my goal is to give you all, the audience, what I'm calling the cathartic act, the 5th act of the show. And this is where you all get to talk about what you did together. You know, in a day and age where everything is digital and everyone's alone, I'm trying to create a space where you just did something together. You just did something in real life, a shared experience. I want to give you a place to talk about it and share it instead of like that weird energy of just going to the parking lot and leaving and then trying to figure out where you're going next.
Yeah.
You don't need to figure that out here. I figured it out for you. You're going right here. Get yourself a signature drink, sit along the bonfire, and hang out with your friends.
For folks that want to learn more about Hell's Gate and get their tickets and learn all the story, where do they need to go?
Go to hellsgate.com, find out about parking, tickets, the story, photos, videos. Everything is on hellsgate.com. When you're on the page, read the history, sure. Go to the study. I've got Easter eggs hidden all through the study for you. And follow us on social media. I am a big fan of creating cheap tickets. Go to social media. I have half-off tickets running right now. So check us out on Facebook, check us out on Instagram, and come to Hell's Gate this fall.
When somebody comes to Hell's Gate, what is the feeling that you want them to leave with?
What do I want people to leave with when they leave Hell's Gate? God, there's so many things, right? Of course you want to scare them. Of course you want to entertain them and make them laugh. But at the core of all of this, right? You know, what we're really doing out here is we're doing live theater, right? I want people to leave fulfilled. They just went out, they created memories. They had a shared experience with their friends or their date or their family members, and they're leaving here with that adventure in their mind forever now. That's why we always say Hell's Gate's not just a haunted house, it's an adventure. And I want you to feel that. I want you to have that moment with your friends. I want you to come out and live life and have a shared experience at Hell's Gate. Okay, get. It is 1 week till opening. We've got shit to do. You've seen everything. Happy Halloween! We open in a week. Love your show, but get out of here.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween.